Introduction: the story of us and our tools. From the moment the first spark lit up the darkness of a cave, humanity has been inseparable from technology. Not technology as we imagine it today, silicon chips, glowing screens, or artificial intelligence, but in its purest form, tools. A sharp rock, a burning branch, a wheel carved from wood. Technology is not simply about inventions. It is the mirror of our desires, our fears, and our relentless pursuit of something greater. It is the story of survival, power, creativity, and imagination. And this story, our story, has shaped not only the world around us, but the very way we think, live, and dream. So let us take a journey. A journey across time, through fire and steam, wires and waves, silicon and algorithms. A journey to see how technology has transformed humanity, and to glimpse the possibilities of the future. Chapter 1: The First Tools, the Dawn of Humanity. Picture yourself 2.5 million years ago. An endless savanna stretches to the horizon. Predators stalk in the tall grass. Survival depends on instinct, speed, and strength. But humans were never the fastest, nor the strongest. What set us apart was our ability to think, adapt, and create. The first technology was not glamorous. It was a stone tool, sharp, crude, but effective. With it, our ancestors could cut meat, shape wood, or crack bones for marrow. This tiny leap marked the beginning of something monumental: the ability to shape the environment instead of being helpless before it. Fire followed, at first terrifying and uncontrollable, then tamed into a companion. Fire gave warmth, light, and safety. It cooked food, making it easier to digest, fueling our brains and bodies. Around campfires, stories were born. Knowledge passed from generation to generation. Fire was not just a tool, it was the first piece of magic we ever controlled. In those flames burned the spark of all future technology. Chapter 2: Agriculture, the Wheel, and Writing, the Birth of Civilization. For hundreds of thousands of years, humanity wandered as nomads. But about 12,000 years ago, everything changed. We learned to farm. Agriculture turned wild grass into wheat, wild animals into livestock, chaos into order. Farming allowed people to settle, to build permanent homes, to create communities. With stability came population growth, trade, and new problems, and with them, new solutions. The wheel was among the most powerful of those solutions. What began as a simple invention for pottery soon became the foundation of transportation. With wheels, carts carried food, goods, and people farther and faster than ever before. The world began to shrink, and cultures began to connect. But even greater than the wheel was writing. Before writing, knowledge lived only in fragile human memory. When a storyteller died, so did their wisdom. Writing changed that forever. On clay tablets in Mesopotamia, on papyrus in Egypt, humans began recording history, laws, trade, and myths. Writing preserved memory across generations, making progress cumulative. Civilization itself was born when words were captured in symbols. Chapter 3: The Scientific Revolution. Knowledge reshapes the world. For centuries, progress was slow, bound by tradition and myth. But curiosity is a force stronger than fear. In the 16th and 17th centuries, humanity entered what we now call the scientific revolution. Figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton shattered old beliefs. They proved that the universe followed laws that could be observed, measured, and understood. The scientific method, observation, experimentation, verification, became the most powerful tool humanity had ever created. For the first time, knowledge was no longer just philosophy or faith, it was evidence. Telescopes revealed worlds beyond our own. Microscopes revealed hidden universes in a drop of water. Printing presses spread ideas faster than ever before, fueling revolutions of thought and society. Technology was no longer just about tools. It became about truth. Chapter 4: The Industrial Revolution, the Age of Machines. The 18th century brought an explosion of transformation, the Industrial Revolution. In smoky factories, steam engines roared to life. Machines spun thread, forged steel, and powered trains that crossed continents. For the first time in history, human muscle was no longer the driving force of progress. Machines took over. Cities swelled with workers, products multiplied, and life changed forever. But this progress carried shadows. Child labor, harsh conditions, and pollution stained the promise of industry. Yet even with its flaws, the Industrial Revolution unleashed unstoppable momentum. It created wealth, expanded empires, and opened the door to global trade. Technology was no longer just a companion, it became a master, reshaping society at breathtaking speed. Chapter 5. Electricity and Communication, Lighting the World. Imagine the darkness of a city before electricity. Streets lit only by gas lamps. Factories closing at sunset. Life bound to the cycle of day and night. Then came electricity. First, faint and experimental. Then, everywhere. Light bulbs illuminated homes. Power grids fed cities. Nights grew brighter, safer, longer. At the same time, communication leapt forward. The telegraph tapped messages across continents. The telephone carried voices across oceans. The radio filled the air with invisible waves, connecting millions at once. For the first time in history, the world felt smaller, more connected, more alive. Humanity had entered the age of instant communication. Chapter 6. The Computer Revolution, a Digital Awakening. By the mid-20th century, machines had become smarter. Not alive, not conscious, but capable of something extraordinary: calculation. The first computers were massive, filling entire rooms. They were designed for war, to crack codes, calculate ballistics, and give nations an edge. But their potential quickly spread beyond the battlefield. Over time, computers shrank in size and grew in power. From room-sized giants to desktops, then laptops, then devices in our pockets. The microchip became the beating heart of modern life. Spreadsheets replaced ledgers. Emails replaced letters. Video games created new worlds to explore. Music, photos, knowledge, all digitized, all just a click away. The computer was not just another invention. It was a new way of thinking. A partner for the human mind. Chapter 7. The Internet Era, a Connected Planet. If the computer was the brain, the Internet was the nervous system. Born as a military experiment, the Internet grew into the largest web of connection humanity has ever seen. It carried not just data, but culture, commerce, and entire identities. Suddenly, anyone could share their thoughts with the world. A student in one country could learn from a teacher in another. Friends separated by oceans could speak face to face. Social media amplified voices, sometimes to inspire, sometimes to divide. E-commerce reshaped markets, collapsing distances and borders. Information flowed freely, but so did misinformation. The Internet is both a library and a battlefield, a marketplace and a playground. It is humanity's mirror, showing us the best and the worst of who we are. Chapter 8. Artificial Intelligence, Machines that Learn. And now, we stand at the edge of a new frontier: artificial intelligence. Unlike the machines of the past, AI is not limited to following instructions. It can learn, adapt, and improve. Neural networks mimic the brain, analyzing patterns and making predictions. AI writes text, paints pictures, composes music. It diagnoses diseases, drives cars, translates languages, and manages factories. It is everywhere, often unseen, in search engines, in phones, in recommendations that shape what we watch, read, and buy. But AI also raises deep questions. If machines can think, what does it mean to be human? If algorithms decide who gets a job, a loan, or even parole, who is truly in control? Like fire, AI is both a tool and a danger. Its power is vast, its consequences uncertain. Humanity once again holds a spark that could illuminate, or consume, the world. Chapter 9. The Future, Horizons Beyond Imagination. So what comes next? Some imagine a world where AI and humans merge, creating a hybrid intelligence beyond anything seen before. Others see colonies on Mars, powered by sustainable energy and advanced robotics. Quantum computers may unravel mysteries of physics, medicine, and the universe itself. But with every possibility comes a challenge. Climate change, inequality, ethical dilemmas, all will demand not just technology, but wisdom. The future of humanity will not be written by machines alone. It will be written by us, by how we choose to use the tools we create. Conclusion: the eternal dance. From a sharp stone to artificial intelligence, our journey has always been about one thing: the partnership between humans and technology. We shape our tools, and our tools shape us. They expand our reach, extend our vision, amplify our voices. But they also test our values, forcing us to ask who we are and who we want to become. Technology is not destiny, it is possibility. It is the flame we carry forward, generation after generation, across the darkness of time. And so the story continues. The story of us, and the tools that make us human.